I feel like I've met his sister. Really?
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me, and I am so happy this season is over. I know that I've been saying, listen, the producers were doing a great job, this and that, whatever. I think what would have really solidified this season as a good season would have been a good cast. And because we didn't get that for the most part, I'm just like, ready to wrap it up. I know some of you guys are upset that I wasn't here last week. I'm so sorry. Guys, what were we going to talk about? Let's be for real. But we got something to talk about today. So before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So I'm not going to lie to you. There was a lot of hopping and skipping and jumping in the last two episodes because I did not care. I just stopped caring completely. So I'm going to try to make a video out of the knowledge that I have from these episodes. The last episode that we left on was the family visits. From what I can remember, actually, let me pull up my notes because I did write some stuff down. Tyra's dad was really trying to be like this tough dad, especially because Kale looks the way that he looks. And even Kale was concerned, like, I'm not gonna lie, if I was a dad and my daughter brought a guy looking like me, I'd be concerned. And the family received him very well. The dad, yeah, was doing the tough dad act, but I feel like that's what dads are supposed to do. Then we saw Georgia and Nate's families. I think with Nate, it was just his best friend. I don't think any of his family came on camera. Oh yeah, they didn't come on camera like to have a conversation, but they sent a pre-recorded video. And then with Georgia, I was like, I see where the delusion comes from. I see, the family was like, have you guys said I love you? What? I love who? Who do you love? What do you mean? I see where the delulu comes from. All right. With Zach and Lucinda, Zach was talking a big game before the family meeting. Once her family came on screen, the man went mute.
What's going on?
What's going on?
She's got 3 older brothers, so you better watch yourself.
He's been quiet now, isn't he?
He's so damn quiet.
He hasn't spoken yet. He still hasn't spoken.
Lucinda couldn't stop undressing me with her eyes. It was horrible.
Keep it clean.
I was like, oh, Zach. Zach, where you at? Where's Zach? He was so quiet. He was quiet and he was red. And I said, aw, it's actually kind of cute to see him like nervous. And then he said things and the family was like, yo, chill out. I was like, yeah, because you pushing it right now. Apparently their plan is to go to the UK for a month and just be like with his family. Is that what y'all be doing? Because we don't do that. We don't do that. Do y'all do that? You let me know in the comments below. Who's next? Clint and Savannah. Yeah, it went really well, but I can't even support them anymore knowing what I know now. It's so frustrating. If you skip past the spoiler, I'm not gonna say what happened with them, but like, just actually, it's the end. Who cares? They are faking their relationship in order to win. And so now, even when I see them have cute moments, I can't even fully buy into it because I'm like, y'all are faking the funk for a chance to win the show. I wouldn't be surprised if they aren't the only ones, but to know it, I'm just like, ugh, I don't even care anymore. And then there was Chloe and Reed. I don't know if Reed hears himself when he speaks because he stuck his foot in it with every sentence that came out of his mouth.
Yeah, I had a fair few, experiences with some other people in here, and then
Had a fair few experiences, right?
Are you looking for a long-term relationship, or are you just sort of like a little bit casual?
I would love like the idea of like a long-term relationship, but I'll know when that person's coming along. I won't really be looking for as such with
That
them.
person, Chloe?
Sort of with not much expectations, but
what's he saying?
hopefully
Why
best
doesn't
friend
he
that I
just
want
say yeah?
to, spend most of my time with. Hopefully Chloe's that person.
Reed, the politician, dodging and ducking and weaving.
Literally, the other Islanders in the back were like, Reed, Reed, do you not hear what you're saying? You're saying, oh, I'm only going to be serious with somebody and I'll know it when they come. Is Chloe that person? That's the affirmation that the parents are looking for. It would have been nice for him to not even give that whole spiel and just to say, you know what, we're seeing where things go. Right now I'm liking it, and hopefully we can build something strong outside in the future. But to say, oh no, I really want this thing, and I know that once I see it, I'll get it, but you're not saying that it's Chloe. So as Chloe's people, I'd be looking at you like, oh, he's not taking her seriously. He's not taking her seriously. And we're going to read the article that you guys sent me on Discord, which I haven't read yet. I wanted to save it for the end because Reed, just shady behavior. So anyways, at the end of that episode, the Islanders are supposed to vote for who they believe is the least compatible couple. The majority of the votes went towards, what's their names now? Nate and Georgia. Now, if I were voting, who would I vote for? Honestly, I think at the end of the day, I probably would have voted for Nate and Georgia, even though I do like them more than I like Reed and Chloe, just because they have had conversations that have caused a lot of friction between them. And that's what Georgia was saying. She said, when you have the harder conversations, it does look like you're going through more stuff, but we're just trying to see how feasible this thing is on the outside. I think some other couples are sugarcoating things, definitely with Chloe and Reed, especially after that threesome conversation. I still believe that what Reed gave her was not enough assurance to be like, oh, okay, nothing to worry about. I was like, girl, but if you like it, I love it. Okay. So then here comes this money twist. And I was excited for the money twist because I had all the faith in Mr. Reed to take the money. But I guess when you've come along this far, it's kind of like, I just got to keep up the act until the end of the season. And nobody decided to take the money. A lot of people's reasons were that money comes and goes, but people don't. And so even though people do, people definitely do come and go. Let's not worry about that. The whole thing was they didn't want to jeopardize potential relationships for money. I'm thinking, would I do it? If I was in a situation like Reed or even like Clint and Savannah, especially knowing that they're just faking it, I probably would have taken the money because you're telling me I came here for the money and I now get to win the money without having to see if the votes are going to be in my favor, especially knowing that you haven't had a desirable run on the show. This is also why the show needs to be done in real time, because this twist would make more sense if the Islanders really knew where the public stood with them. Because if you knew, oh, everybody already hates me, how about I just make them hate me more with this money? Because I know I'm not going to win and I know they don't like me. At least I'm leaving here with something. And I don't believe in my relationship. Take the bag. That's what I would do. I would take the bag. But they didn't. The next episode, episode 20 something job, they do the final dates. Did not watch them. If anything important happened in the final dates, I'm so sorry, I did not watch them. So that episode ends with Sophie telling the final four that the superfans have been voting. Again, we are not the superfans. Guys, next season, we're applying to be superfans because my voice needs to be heard. All right. So the superfans have been voting for who they believe will be together in a year's time. And the couple with the least votes was Chloe and Reed. And they are therefore dumped from the island. So now let's read this article about Reed and Chloe. Okay. So the title, first of all, it comes from SoDramaticonline.com. And the title says, exclusive, Love Island's Reed dropped a huge bombshell about his relationship with Chloe and we're hardly surprised. I will say I have not read this yet, so we're reading it together, okay? Love Island Australia's Reed Pollock has reportedly admitted that he was faking his feelings for Chloe. Of course he was! And color us shocked. Not. Reed, who's been dubbed the bomb diffuser by his fellow Islanders, was notorious for jumping from bombshell to bombshell. After confessing that he was using what's her name now? Tia, Kira, Abby, and Tasia, he convinced his castmates that he was ready to settle down after Chloe walked through the door. I don't even know how he convinced them because, honey, he was not convincing us. Didn't convince us for 1 second, all right? However, as revealed in episode 334 of the So Dramatic podcast, this was not the case. At the end, Reed was coupled up with Chloe and then admitted to Lucinda that he didn't even like her and was faking it. So then why? Hold on. Didn't Lucinda and Reed vote for Georgia and Nate? Did I say Lucinda and Reed? I meant Lucinda and Zach. Hateration. Anyways, one source told So Dramatic, and we hope Chloe's laced up her running shoes. Love Island's Reed Pollock hints he didn't find love in the villa. This comes after Reed indirectly confirmed that he was very much single at the 2023 Araya Awards in November. Oh, dang. Not only that, but we've stumbled upon even more evidence. Another person told So Dramatic that they saw the model. Is he a model? Okay. At Spilt Milk Festival, looking very single. And who would have guessed? Yeah, not surprised in the slightest. Not surprised in the slightest. Reed was definitely giving Playboy. I've been saying the whole season, like, this man just came for a holiday. And if he gets a girl in the meantime, that's good. But is he going to take her out of the holiday? Like, no, that's the whole point of a lad's holiday. You go, you muck around, you go home. You don't bring your spring fling back home. Like, you just don't. And if you do, they are a spectacular woman, which Chloe thought that she was. And like I said, I rate that. Love the confidence. But you have confidence in the wrong man. So sorry. Anyways, then we go to the finale. There were speeches and stuff. I did not watch them either. Okay? Like I said, I was doing a lot of hop, skipping, and jumping through these episodes. All right? They had an audience there. And now that we know that they pre-film every possible outcome, you could tell how rehearsed this whole thing was. It felt very inauthentic. And I know that they did this for last season too, but it didn't feel as inauthentic as this. This just felt horrible. So anyways, the winners of Love Island 2023 are Tyra and Kale.
The winners of Love Island 2023 are Tyra and Kale.
Are you?
I'm so happy for you guys.
Oh, they're like my favorite people, and they're so good together. I'm really happy.
Yeah, over the moon for him.
Thanks, guys.
Honestly, I am so happy it is them and not Lucinda and Zach. I think Zach, don't get me wrong, I believe in his feelings for Lucinda. I do. I also believe that he believes in himself so much, he was certain he was winning. He was certain. So I can imagine how his face just like, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together. Kind of like in the UK season with, what's his name now? What's his name? Tyreek. You can see Tyreek trying to hold it together. Like, don't give a face because it's going to be a story. I definitely could see that with Zach. But he seemed very happy. He's like, listen, I love Tyra and Kale, so I'm happy for them. I'm glad he's happy for them. Lucinda and Zach got their own thing. I think they're going to be one of the more popular couples, just considering the fact that Lucinda already had a following coming into the show. I don't know how much people are going to latch on Zach, though. Because if I'm basing my feelings off of our Discord, I don't think people really like him like that. But hey, it is what it is. With Tyra and Kale, do I see them lasting a long time? I do, actually. I do. I can't tell you exactly why, but I do feel like they have this unspoken thing between them. With Zach and Lucinda, I feel like it'll be, let's stick together to spite everybody who doesn't believe in us kind of thing. And then with Savannah and Clint, honestly, what a wasted opportunity, because I do feel like there was potential. But again, maybe their acting is just that good. Was there ever any potential? I would like to know when the switch flipped for them to realize like, oh, okay, it's not there for us romantically, so let's just fake the funk as long as possible. I'd want to know. Cause I'm just like, what? It looked like it was so good. Don't tell me Reed and Savannah are the same person. Well, anyways, that is the end of this season. I'm not gonna lie to you. I typically don't do updates for Love Island Australia because when I'm done with the season, I'm just done with the people in general. So I probably won't do an update, but if there are things that you feel like are important enough that you want us to talk about, you can send that to me and then we'll come here and we'll talk about it. Or maybe I'll just do a Love Island update like all the Love Islands, like UK, US, and Australia, and I'll sprinkle some Australian stuff in there, you know? Whatever. It is what it is, honey. It's been a long season. I'm glad that it's done. Who would have been your winners? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree with the people who won? And do you think they'll be together in the long run? That was a rhyme. And I will see you in the next, no next one. I'll see you next year. Oh, Merry Christmas, guys. I'll see you next year.